They said he couldn't do it himself anymore.
Down to three. James falling away, puts it up, puts it in.
It's about control. That's really what they needed him to do, and he's been more in control of this game than anybody on the floor.
Rudy Gobert locked down Jokic.
Early on, Gobert being active, causing some problems for the Joker. 4 turnovers because of his activity.
And we had a lot of excitement in New York and Cleveland as well. But we got a start in Denver for last year's rematch between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. And it wasn't a pleasant sight for the home crowd as Nikola Jokic opened the game a little sluggish.
It's Jokic into Gobert. The ball was deflected. It is out of bounds.
He's the X factor on this team. Offensively, when he's playing this way, this team is really, really good.
And he gets the turnover and hammers it home. The driving and pounding of Jokic. Gobert is there with another steal, his second. Dosunmu, Reed hammers it home.
The Wolves jumped to a 12-point lead at the start by forcing 4 turnovers by Jokic and converting them into easy points on the other end. Nikola's usually toying with Gobert, but last night it looked like Rudy had him all figured out. Well, at least in the first half, limiting his impact to only 6 points and 7 assists on 2 for 4 from the field. However, Jamal Murray couldn't be stopped in the second quarter.
Working through traffic, facing Conley in the fadeaway. And they attempt the 7th most free throws. Murray, he's got another one.
McDaniels initiates the offense and serves as a playmaker.
Murray got a great screen on top by Jokic.
Murray brought the Nuggets right back in the game with 14 of his 30 points in the period. And before we move on to the second half, I gotta show you this beautiful move by Ant through traffic.
Edwards slashing, driving.
Are you kidding me?
He was decent before the break with 11 points on 50% shooting, but in the third period, the game flipped on its head.
Boy, Denver really struggled from 3 to begin, but they finished 8 of 11, and the reverse is in. What a play, and it's the biggest lead for the Nuggets today. Jokic flashing his way into Gobert. Rebound Gordon. He'll accelerate.
With the Joker back in his groove, the Nuggets took a 7-point lead in the middle of the quarter. And the best thing was, their run was just getting started.
Reed is on Jokic. McDaniels goes out on Murray with the screen and the switch and the shot. 7 consecutive shots. Jokic, Murray, boy, they're going him. They're beating him. Oh, Gordon! Parachutes in! Hammers it down! From Jokic, who will set the screen. And Murray.
Jamal caps off an incredible 17-2 stretch for Denver to take a 15-point lead and send the crowd into a delirium. But a possession prior, Jaden McDaniels made everyone boo at him because...
It's picked up McDaniels, got it!
And McDaniels coming in late for the play and pushing Joker in the back. AG has some words. I don't know if that's a fight he really wants to pick.
AG eyes get big.
I'm more so McDaniels.
Yeah, because he's quiet.
Joker.
In a clear act of frustration, Jaden shoved Jokic into the first row and got hit with a tech. He was lucky that Nikola wasn't in his angry mood, so things didn't escalate. Then, Edwards tried to weather the storm with some crafty moves to the rim, but only managed to narrow the gap to 12 heading into the fourth. But with Jokic on the bench for a breather, the Wolves got up and running, gaining some momentum on their side.
Julius Randle, good feed, Gobert. Randle rebound, Edwards with the ball. He's got 15, long shot, that'll go!
Dosunmu cut the lead to 7, which forced the Nuggets to call a timeout. So with the Joker back in the game, it was time to get serious.
A lot of things in there for this team.
Brown 2. Christian Brown with the 2. The Timberwolves on a 21-8 run. Jokic, the collision, the drive, cut! Randle, a turnover, and Denver with numbers. Jokic, Murray 3, Jokic, yes!
In the midst of a huge Minnesota run, Nikola did all he could to keep Denver's lead alive. He completely made up for what was lost in the first half, circling another triple-double of 25, 13, and 11 when it mattered the most. And as much as Gobert played well in the first half, he totally blew it in the worst moment possible.
Turnover and two at the other end.
Bruce Brown elevates the crowd to another dimension with his fast break dunk to give his team a 9-point lead. A couple of minutes later, after Julius Randle cut the deficit back to 5 points, the universe smiled upon the Nuggets, sending a little gift from heaven when...
That would have counted had it gone. It's an offensive rebound.
Didn't touch the rim, did it?
What a pass! Gordon from Murray.
Oh my goodness! Jamal's half-court heave just grazes the rim enough to reset the clock, and the ball eventually ends up with Murray again, who fires a bullet pass to AG down low. Amazing! This seemed to be soul-crushing for the visitors, who didn't have luck on the other end as well.
You gotta keep playing this game all the way through.
Edwards through traffic. That may have been on the cylinder. Wipe it away. Will not count.
Rudy was eager to put the ball back and got called for an offensive interference. Nothing was going in Wolves' favor in the clutch.
Finish it out, and they did, and it was end up getting a dunk by Aaron Gordon.
That ball fouled. Gordon was fouled on the play. Johnson by Randle. 2-point shot is down.
Cam Johnson puts the final nail in the coffin for Minnesota as the Nuggets prevail at the end, but harder than expected, to be honest. Moving on to LA now, where the Rockets got some bad news before the game. Kevin Durant was feeling pain and discomfort in his right knee and was ruled out for the night. So take a look at the box score, it's actually insane. The Rockets took 93 shots during the game opposed to the Lakers' 66. To have 27 more shot attempts than your opponent is crazy.
Jabari Smith well defended by DeAndre Ayton.
Guarded by Jackson Hayes. Spins. Hayes trying to stay with him. Blocked by Hayes. Perfect defense. Drives inside. Kicks it out in the corner. Thompson three-pointer. Air ball.
But they were missing a lot. Aside from Tari Eason, who had a perfect night of 16 points and 10 rebounds on 7 of 7 shooting, the rest of the team was horrible. Just 32% from the field and 29% from 3. Then we look at the turnovers. Houston played solid defense, forcing 18 loose balls by LA.
And throws it away. Tried to get the trailer. Kennard saved it as he goes into the crowd. Sengun back up top. Shepard clear look. Can't get it to fall. And James another rebound. James spins and lost the handle. 3-on-1 break. Smith back for Thompson. Throws it ahead. Okogie back shot. He missed it. Too strong off the glass.
Deliberate by the Lakers.
Thompson with a steal. James in pursuit. Thompson inside, blocked by LaRavia as Thompson goes crashing to the floor. There was a lot of contact there.
But they weren't converting them into points on the other end either. In fact, they won the fast break battle, but only by 7 points. Next, we go inside the paint, where the Rockets dominated, grabbing 21 offensive boards. That's huge compared to LA's 3 on the other end.
Comes up short. Tate, another tough rebound, gets fouled.
Thing for him, as much as he attacks the glass and gets downhill, he better pick that number up.
Attacks. Hachimura right there. Capella too strong. Hachimura the rebound. Excellent interior defense that time. Sengun drives between 2 defenders. Gets his own rebound. Back up. Shot won't go.
As you can see, they did everything right, just couldn't put the ball in the basket. To have 18 more second chance points than your opponent, but to only score 17 points off of that is just not enough. And to a great surprise, the free throws were balanced as well, 26-25 for a slight Lakers edge. So with all that being said, who do you think won the game? LA, and it wasn't even close at the end. But how is that possible? Well, the Lakers' offense was surgical.
Falling away, another baseline shot is good. They've hit 6 of their first 7. Inside to James, kicks it out. Hachimura, corner 3. Different father-son combinations, including Jabari Smith as beautiful pass, smart.
Whether it was LeBron fading away from the mid-range, the spot-up shooters knocking down trays from beyond the arc, or DeAndre Ayton catching up lobs at the rim, everything was going in for LA. They shot a blistering 61% from the field and 53% from downtown as a team. That is for the whole game. That's pristine efficiency, and in the playoffs without their two main scorers, you simply cannot ask for more. And I forgot to mention Luke Kennard, who had a playoff debut of his dreams.
Good ball denial from Thompson. Kennard eventually gets it back, fires up a three, pumps it in. Luke Kennard nails it, largest lead of the game. Kennard on the break, fakes drive, shut off nicely by Smith. Kennard tries a three, got it! Kennard's cooking right now. A 16-point advantage, timeout Rockets.
He didn't see anybody there, so he took the extra dribble and finished with authority.
Kennard again, bang! Luke Kennard from downtown.
Heat check! A playoff career best 27 points on 69% from the field and a perfect 5 of 5 from beyond the arc. It's like he stepped into both Luka and Reeves' shoes and got the best of their game. The Lakers led by as many as 16 points in the fourth, and when Houston tried to push for a late comeback, it was Papa James who put them to sleep.
Double team. Left-handed, it's got it! With the offhand, he's got 15. James wants it as Thompson right there. Down to three. James falling away, puts it up, puts it in! Ayton in the front court, lobs it to Kennard. James drives down the lane, lays it up and in.
The entire arena was rocking for the 41-year-old who led his team with 19 points, 13 assists, and 8 boards on 60% shooting to a crucial Game 1 victory. And with the latest news about KD's uncertainty and Luka coming back sooner rather than later, Lakers Nation have their hopes high after being written off by everybody. And the Hawks season was probably written off at the deadline when they finally moved away from Trae Young. But remarkably so, with the emergence of Jalen Johnson as their leader and Nickeil Alexander-Walker taking the next step, Atlanta turned things around and became one of the most exciting teams to watch in the NBA. And they showed just that last night in MSG.
20-6 after the All-Star break. There's a reason they're confident. Daniels lays it in. He shakes it off. Alexander-Walker feeds inside. Oh, Conwoo with the throwdown. 5 seconds left. Johnson makes his move. 3 seconds. Spin. Kick. Okongwu at the horn. He's got it.
Onyeka Okongwu beats the halftime buzzer to get his team within 2 points. The Hawks were right there with the Knicks throughout most of the game, making some ridiculous plays along the way.
Half-court set here for Atlanta. 8-point game. Alexander-Walker with the extension.
Alexander-Walker converts the tough and one to make it a 5-point game late in the third. I'm saying that because Knicks fans flooded the streets outside the packed arena as well.
Till they can get Brunson and Towns back in to finish this.
Clarkson lob it up, slam it down. Robinson rocks the rim. And the blind pass is intercepted. McBride ahead, Shamet back for McBride, the 3-ball, bullseye.
Offensive rebounds.
Towns thought about it. He's going to drive it, cup it, and score it. Plus the foul.
The big cat muscles his way inside for the hard and one finish, putting his team up by 13. And the best thing was, he wasn't done doing severe damage to the Hawks.
Defense in the league to Oklahoma City.
Kuminga lost his footing, and Towns makes him pay. String music on a 3.
Karl Towns splashes the 3, capping off a huge 15-3 run, which gave New York a game-high 19-point lead. And boy, they were lucky the lead was that big, because what followed caused me a mini heart attack.
They need points. That'll help. Oh, Okongwu, bullseye. Johnson sets and fires. He's got a 3. Johnson flicks it over. Alexander-Walker, yes, on a 3.
In less than 100 seconds, the Hawks executed an 11-0 blitz, which made it an 8-point game. I swear I wasn't breathing when Jalen Johnson fired up this 3 to potentially cut it down to 5. Thank God he missed, but they kept the pressure high on Brunson in the backcourt.
Knicks did a great job with their switching.
Brunson bounces for Bridges. Attacking, Towns lays it in. And a layup dagger for New York.
That should about do it.
Sheesh, Towns finally stops the bleeding with his 25th point of the night, which ultimately sealed the win for my Knicks. Brunson added 28 of his own, with most of it coming in the first half. And no matter if he's a wizard for half a season, Knicks fans dedicated a special chant for Trae Young.
Highly physical game one. A lot of fouls called.
Moving on to Cleveland now, where the Cavs faced off against the Raptors, who actually won the season series 3-0. However, James Harden wasn't a part of any of those games, and he showed early that things are different when he's around.
There haven't been too many great 39s in the history of the NBA. Harden! Shot clock's down to 3. But Cleveland's got a man there. Mitchell whips it back out to Harden. Got it! 3-ball for the Beard!
The Beard fueled the Cavs to a 7-point lead in the first half with 15 of his 22 points and 6 of his 10 assists. But the third quarter belonged to Donovan Mitchell and Max Strus.
First field goal for Toronto here in our second half.
Talk about small adjustments can mean everything. Look at Max Strus.
Harden turns the corner. Extra pass to Merrill. Strus. Oh! To the max!
Strus puts Cleveland up by 20. He's been a revelation for them since returning from injury. 24 points on 8 of 10 from the field for Max in this game. And Spider kept pouring in as well.
Mitchell.
Oh,
God, again, put it right in Ingram's eye. Mitchell. Inside, first dunk of the night for Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, another floater.
Mitchell led everyone with 32 points on 55% from the field, which proved to be enough for Cleveland to win Game 1 at home. Coach Rajakovic and Toronto need to look deep in themselves for answers if they want to prolong this series. And speaking of that, the Suns made Steph Curry contemplate his life choices after kicking them out of the play-in race. This might be the last we've seen from the Warriors championship crew, so click right here to check it out and talk to you in the next one. Peace out.